Hey, what is going on everyone? Welcome to part 3 of our kitchen tutorial series. Sorry it took me a while to record this, but I was really busy working on a project. In this video, we'll create the parquet flooring, apply a material to it, and we're also going to modify the walls material. Maybe we will also create the kitchen cabinets and drawers, add the cast top if we had time to it. So let's open up our files and get started. Okay, so one thing before we start is I have here kitchen units elevation. Please download this file from the description. I created this elevation based on this section here, and I also have the raised panel section. So we will model that just after we create the parquet. So let's see how to do something like this. I'm going to use a plugin called Floor Generator. I'm gonna delete it for now. Okay, so first go to your browser. If you don't have Floor Generator, please find the link below for it, cg-source here, the Floor Generator. Make sure to sign up, make a free account. It's totally free. You can download the free version here, unzip it after you download it, and open the MultiTextures here. Also find it in the description. Download this 2.1.01, and after you unzip them, go to your 3ds Max directory, go to plugins folder, and add them right here. Write the correspondent plugin. See, I have 2016. If you have 2017 or 15, just add the right one, and you will have to reboot your 3ds Max. So after you have rebooted, let's select our floor and go to modifier list, and down here let's find the floor generator. Okay, so I have these ready for me. You might have to unlock this so that we have different length for boards. So I have the minimum value of 0.8, 1.2 for the maximum value of the length. As you can see, I have longer and shorter panels. I also have a variation for the width from 0.15 at minimum, 0.2 at maximum, and make the grout length to be 0.002. The grouting is this gap over here. So this is a gap of 2 millimeters. And down here in the direction, make sure also to have it as 90. I want the wood panels to be going in this direction. So after that, let's create a copy, move it down below, and I'm gonna delete the floor generator, and I'm going to put it right somewhere in here so that it closes the gaps. Okay, so now for the material, go open your material editor, and let's create floor parquet. Go to diffuse and add a multi-texture map. So here, manage textures. For multi-textures, we're gonna use something here. Please find this link below, the 3dsky.org, the parquet maps. Okay, so also in this site here, you'll have to join to create a free account, and you can download this for free. So download that open the file, and I have them ready here. I'm gonna select all of them. Make sure to select the diffuse only. You can change the probability of each map if you want to use it more. So it's more probable to be distributed here. It distributes them randomly, so that it gives us a more realistic effect. So for the blurring, I'm gonna set it to 0.6 maybe, 0.5, and I'm gonna create a copy here in the reflect. Let's also change this to something like that, and let's make the reflection glossiness 0.8, 0.78. Okay, so go down here in the maps and change the blending for the reflection to be 20%, so that will give us 20% of the maps, and 80% of the reflection is gonna be from here, from this value. And let's create a bump copy. Yeah, first open the textures for the reflection. We forgot to do that. Remove them all. Add the bitmaps that are ending with reflect in the naming. Okay. Go down to bitmap for the bump. Delete them all and add the bump maps right here. Okay, let's change the blurring to 0.6 for example, 0.7. Okay, we don't want it to be very rough, so I'm gonna also set it to 15. Okay, that's more like it. Now let's apply it to our flow generator object. Okay, so now let's try to render our scene as it is right now. Okay, so here's my render, and as you can see, we have some nice reflections here. Of course, we have a lot of noise, and we can fix that simply by raising the number of subdivisions in the material. But for now, let's keep it that way so the render time doesn't take a lot. Okay, so let's examine now what we need to do. Let's start creating these cabinets. So please find in the description the file called cabinets and drawer. So I already have it here. Don't change the scale of it, just import it. And actually I'll remove those and import it again. Okay, so first thing, let's select this spline here, and I'm gonna select these and this. First, let's delete this rectangle, and I'm gonna select those, and down here I'm gonna detach them. Okay, so now let's put it right here. Let's now check if the vertices are welded. No, they're not. So let's select all of the vertices, weld them, make sure, yeah, we have a gap here, so let's move it. Weld. Okay. So I'm gonna create a rectangle here, and I'm gonna apply a sweep modifier, use custom section. Let's pick this. Okay, so as you can see, we have a problem, but we can fix it simply because the X form of this object is corrupted. So I'm gonna delete this for now. Go back here and let's reset the X form. Reset. Now let's select this actually and freeze it for now. I'm gonna select my rectangle here, apply the sweep. Let's pick our shape and see now. Yeah, now we have it right. So first thing, we need to flip this. So let's go down here in the parameters and mirror it on the XZ plane. Okay, and we need to offset it on the X. And the minus value, let's add minus 0.036. We want a little gap here so it appears to be more realistic. So now let's apply an edit poly modifier. I'm gonna select all of those polygons and delete them. Let's select these, cap them. Okay, so now first thing, let's go back to Polygon Mode. I'm gonna select these, unselect this, and go down here. Yeah, maybe let's unselect this one, deselect, sorry, deselect these. So down here, let's give it an ID of 1, and now you'll see why I'm doing this. And these, I'll give them the value of 2, the ID of 2. Now I'm gonna select those and give it an ID of, yeah, let's actually grow this selection a bit. Grow. Make sure to deselect these. And grow it again. Okay, so let's give those ID 3. Cool. So let's examine our okay, so first thing to notice here, again, there are no hard edges. They are all smooth because we don't have sharp edges in real life for this kind of wood especially. So as you can see, they're all smooth. So now let's do that. I'm gonna apply another edit poly modifier and a turbo smooth. Raise the iterations to 2 and let's uncheck the turbo smooth. Now I'm gonna simply apply a few swift loops. So make sure to have the ribbon here from the toolbar selected and edit poly edit. I'm gonna start adding my swift loops. Number 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just basically in all of those areas. So these will tell the turbo smooth where to start and where to stop smoothing. That's basically how modeling is done. So let's add a swift loop like this and another one. Let's add it like this so it forms a square here so that we have an even smoothing. Square here and here. Now go to front view. Let's add a loop over here and here. Here and here. Okay, so again along the x-axis, I'm in the front view here. So now let's also select these edges, and I'm gonna ring them, Alt R to ring. And here in the edit edges, let's create two connections and pinch them up like this. I'm gonna select this, Alt R again, same connection. Let's select these two, Alt R, so that I have those. I'm gonna connect them. Same connection, two connections here. And now let's see how the edit the turbo smooth modifier will look like. Yeah, as you can see, we have a very nice smooth result, which is again more realistic. Yeah, I'm glad with this result. So now let's apply 3 UVW maps on top of everything, and now you'll see why. Let's first get a material for the wood. Go first search for wood table texture and open this if you want. I found this material. Yeah, make sure first to set the size here in search tools to large. We want a high resolution map. So I found this and I downloaded it. Here it is. See this, it has a nice pattern in it, and the color is very beautiful, and you'll see how beautiful it will look like on all of our cabinets. So I'm gonna start creating the material for it. Okay, first thing, let's delete this. I'm gonna go to diffuse, bitmap, and add this this texture. So now let's add some reflection to it, maybe something like this. Yes, the reflection glossiness can go to 0.7. Let's also add a bump to it. Okay, so let's add a color correction. Keep old map as submap. Let's desaturate it. Okay, let's raise the bump, something like 50 maybe. Okay, so now what we're gonna need to do is we want to create a multi-sub object material. Set the number to 3. Now let's create copies from the newly created material. Make sure it's a copy, not an instance. Okay, so I'm gonna name this cabinet wood. Okay, so go to the first one, and here in the diffuse make sure it's map channel 1. So the first one we're gonna leave it as is, and the second one, let's first make sure that the material name is wood 2 so that there is no conflict. Go to diffuse, and I'm gonna change this to 2, and also in the bump change this to map channel 2. Now let's open the third one, and I'm gonna name it wood 3. Change this map channel to 3, and this bump to 3 again. Okay, so let's apply our material now. Okay, let's view it. Yeah, first let's make sure all of those are turned on. Okay, so the first one, the map channel one, I'm gonna make it, let's actually view something here. Go search for raised panel cabinets, and let's examine one of them. Okay, here's one of them. So let's see how they look like. As you can see, the pattern is going the same orientation, the same direction as the panel. So this panel is going in the Y direction, the pattern is going in the Y, and here in the X, and this goes in the longer direction, the middle panel, the raised panel. So that's why we created 3 channels and 3 UVW maps. So the first one is gonna deal with this direction. So let's make it as a box and hit 1 or select the gizmo, and I'm gonna rotate it. Oh, sorry, first let's make sure, yeah, change those to number 2 and this to number 3. And now let's try this again. I'm gonna select this. Yeah, that's what we want. So this is going in this direction, this is going in this direction, and of course this is gonna go in the longer direction. So let's select the number 3 and select the gizmo, and I'm gonna scale it up a little bit so it looks more realistic. You can also rotate it a little bit, maybe, so it would look something like this. Maybe make the rotation something like 5. Okay, so now let's unfreeze all, and I'm gonna start creating my copies. So simply like this. Now to add to make it more realistic, we're gonna have to select each one of those and move them around a bit so my pattern is not repetitive. So it's something like this, and we're gonna select this and change the rotation, move it down, and select the number 2, and also I'm gonna move the pattern, maybe scale it up or down. Great, so now let's create copies for these. Okay, now let's turn off the turbo smooth for a while, or no, leave it on. Go to edit poly, this edit poly, and I'm gonna select these. And now let's move it down, make sure it's in offset mode, minus 0.05. No, this is too much. 0.025. Okay. So this can go 0.025. Perfect. Now let's change those. I'm gonna move them something like that. Maybe give this a little bit of rotation and scale like that. So let's create a copy here. Yeah, first make sure to have the snaps toggle and have the midpoint here so you can move it exactly to the middle like that. Now let's change these. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's keep creating the copies. Just moving them a little bit to create a realistic looking cabinets, because in real life we won't have a repetitive texture. So you can do something like this. Okay. Make sure to have the restraints again here. Axis constraints, sorry. Make sure it's turned on so you can move only in the X direction or in the Y direction, or both if you want. So you can easily align each and every piece in its place. So I'm gonna scale this, move it down. Okay, so now let's create a copy here. Maybe mirror them. I'm gonna mess with some of those. So we don't have patterns that are repetitive. So the more you find out more about these little nuances that you can change, you're gonna reach a realistic result in your projects. So make sure to pay more attention to these little things like this. So now I'm gonna create those upper units. So let's create one here, and I'm gonna yeah, anyone would work. Let's rotate it. So see, now I have the longer direction for the raised panel in the middle going in this direction, so I rotated it. Okay, so let's position it here. Go down to edit poly and maybe 0.3. No, it's too much. 0.1 minus 0.00 or 0.25, 0.02. Yeah, I like just moving them. You can move them manually if you want. Let's move them manually. Actually, just leave this gap. It doesn't have to be perfect, because in real life even we don't have exact dimensions in real life. You can go to your kitchen and see that. So the more we make some of those intended mistakes, we're gonna reach a more realistic result. Okay, so here's one. Select this, rotate it, scale it up. Maybe let's make those almost vertical like this. You can actually do those any way you want. Just try to do it your own way, your own view. I'm pressing S to enable the snaps toggle. So probably this one is a little bit bigger. I'm selecting the vertex the vertices here. Okay, so let's change this a little bit. A little rotation won't hurt. Yes. Okay, so let's now create those panels. Okay, yeah, I think, yeah, let's select this and rotate something like that, because those are in this direction. Okay, so we have different patterns for each one. Now let's go to edit poly and move this up. You can use always these here to make it easier for yourself to transform down here. Let's move these down. Okay. Edit poly. Okay, so I created those. Let's create a copy. And we'll have to mirror them because here is the longer one. Okay. Let's change the pattern. I'm gonna change this. Actually, it doesn't look nice. Okay, so once you're done with creating those, let's now create this middle item, this middle panel. I'm gonna select this and isolate it, Alt Q. Let's create this unit. I'm just gonna create a rectangle like that, and let's create the arc. Okay, so now I'm select those and isolate them. Let's go to this one, this line, and attach the arc. Now press 3 to go to spline mode, and down here let's trim this part. Click 1 to go to vertex mode and weld these. Okay, so let's extrude it. Sorry. 0.025. Yeah, that looks maybe 0.03. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, so let's unisolate this, and let's now add an edit poly modifier. I'm gonna select those and isolate them. Sorry, I'm gonna select those and isolate them. So now with this selected, open the edit poly, go to edge mode, and we want to create a connection. We're gonna set the margin something like this, like that. Okay, now let's select these, add two connections. Okay, now I'm gonna go to Polygon Mode and select those and inset them as by polygon. So let's add something 0.035, 0.04. Let's examine our. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think the 0.04 is good. So let's give it another color. I don't like this. Okay, so let's go back to Polygon Mode and select those 3 polygons and add a bevel. Okay, first one is make sure it's local normals. The height is gonna be minus 0.01. Hit apply and continue. Now let's reset this to 0, and this is gonna be 0.02 minus 0.02. Yes, something like that. Apply and continue. Let's reset this and raise the height to 0.005. Apply and continue. Now the same thing, minus 0.05. Okay, another one. Now you can add any detail that you want. I'm satisfied with this. So let's select these faces and these, all that are going in the X direction, and unselect this, and these two. Okay, let's give them the ID of 1. I'm gonna select those that are going in the horizontal direction without this, of course. Okay, now I'm gonna apply material ID of 2, and here select this. Let's grow the selection. Grow it again. Now let's give those ID 3, and let's apply the material, the same one here, the multi-sub object. Alright, so let's copy the, first let's unisolate it. I'm gonna copy those, add them here on top of this. Okay, so let's change a few things. I'm gonna change number 1. Let's rotate it like that, scale it up. So we have a nice pattern, maybe like that. And let's select the second one and rotate it, scale it up a little. And the third one, of course, let's rotate it, scale it up like this. And there you have it. Now let's create those. Create a rectangle. Okay, let's create a copy of this. I'm gonna freeze these. So let's select this and go to editable spline. Let's delete the X form. Center to object. Reset X form. Now before we do that, first I'm gonna scale this down, something like this, 60%. Now apply the X form, reset X form. Now let's select the rectangle here. And I'm gonna add a sweep again. Custom object, let's select this. Yeah, that looks fine. I think I'll end this episode after I finish this. So let's do that. Let's change the X, something like this, minus 0.02 to 1. Okay, so let's again apply it. I'm gonna work that fast. Okay, so I have this ready too. First okay, so I have them done right now. I'm gonna select all of these. I'm gonna select this part, the lower part, and I'm gonna go to the front view. Let's move this actually on the Y 0.3. Okay, and this, let's move it 0.15, and I'm gonna select this part right here. Make sure to select, deselect all those, and move them again 0.15. So this is how it should look like. Now I'm gonna create the box that would represent the body of my cabinets. So down here, make sure it's the height 0.3 maybe. Let's make sure it's not intersecting them. 0.295. Okay, so let's give it the same material for now. I'm gonna copy it here. Make sure you have it exactly on this. Oh no, first let's move it right here. Yeah, that's how it should look like. Let's create a copy for those. Add an edit poly. Move these up here. And these, yeah, exactly right there. like that. Go to front view and minus 0.3. Okay, so that's how we have it, like that. Let's create a copy. Now let's select this, isolate it, go to bottom view, okay. So now let's go back to edit poly and let's add a slice plane. Here, slice, and a slice here, and here. Okay, so let's select these faces. Make sure to deselect. So only in the bottom. Now let's extrude them. Doesn't matter how much, yeah. So that's how it should look like. Now let's again go to the front view, and I'm going to select all of those. Make sure that you don't select any of these. And I'm gonna give them ID of 1 maybe. Okay, so I'm gonna select this and let's change this like that. Okay, great. So here's our unit. Great, so I'm gonna group those. Of course, let's deselect these. Yeah, before we do that, let's create this shape. First, let's isolate it. I'm gonna select all the vertices, change them to corner, and let's add an extrude modifier. Yeah, something like that. Edit poly. Let's change the color of it first. Okay, so I'm gonna select this face and let's inset it. 0.01. Okay, now bevel minus 0.1, sorry, 0.01, and some outline like that, minus 0.05. Hit OK. Apply a UVW map. Let's add the material to this. So let's change the scale. Yeah, this looks nice. Now let's group all of these. Cabinets. I'm going to create a copy. So let's move it right there. Okay, so let's move them down. Let's select the floor. Okay, so we have those. Also, we need to make a box for them. So I'm gonna select these. Now let's open it first. Select this, and this. Let's go to the left view. Select all of those. Okay, so these and these. Perfect, go to the left view and move this here. Let's apply an edit poly and make sure this is in this place. Go to the top view and move those on the Y and the X axis minus 0.15. Yes, exactly. So now maybe move those a little bit back. Okay, so let's take the final render and I'm gonna end the episode right now. Okay, so here's our final render for this episode. As you can see, it looks very nice. Of course, we don't have many details, but you can see the patterns are looking good, the color of the cabinets, and also the details are very good. We're gonna make another render with high quality to see how it looks like. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications button, the little bell next to the subscribe. Hit thumbs up if you like the video, and I'll see you next time.